Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't get to the cards of the week this week. Oh, my goodness. We have had just so much fun this week. We were up in Atlanta last weekend for my son for some college stuff. And then our friends that we were staying with, they literally followed us home. And then on Monday, they were with us and stayed with us this whole week while they were on their winter break, and they were enjoying Disney, and we got to go down to the parks and spend some time with them, and just really such a wonderful, busy, full week, but just such a wonderful week. Um, I want to show you. I want to show you this. This is my favorite time of day. How do I do this? Okay, my backyard is so beautiful. It's my favorite time of the day. It's my hammock. I love my hammock. But this is my favorite time of the day because the sun is going to set over here. And those are my puppies. The sun is going to set over here. And it's just the most beautiful to sit in the hammock and watch the sunset over. And you just get this beautiful view of of the sun setting with the waterfall and my puppies. um, and I love sitting out here in the afternoons. It's just so peaceful when my dog is not barking. So I wanted to share some things because we had the full moon this week, and I hope you had the opportunity to see it, the beautiful super moon. I got to tell you, we saw the super moon, and I was like, it's beautiful. It was big. It was beautiful. But I wasn't like all, and then the next night we were at Epcot for dinner with our friends, and as we were walking around the part of Epcot where the countries are, you could watch the moon rising, and people were stopping along the bridges and the waterways to take pictures of this amazing, beautiful moonrise of this still full moon, maybe like a breath not full, and just this beautiful, it's just the beautiful energy of this bright orange of the full moon. And it was just so breathtaking to watch and to listen to all the different people who come from all over the world to come visit Epcot, to, hi, Alyssa, to watch people who come from all over the world to come and visit Epcot. It was so beautiful to listen to all these people marveling at our universe in 7 different languages. It was just really exceptional. So we've been talking a lot in this beginning part of the year about the releasing that comes, that we want to have at the end of the year, the closing of that cycle, and releasing things so that we're making way and letting all that stuff go. So we're making way for the new manifestation and for the dream building. And so I want to tell you that this is so the time for the dream building. This is so the time because, and we look in the moon cycle, and in the beginning when we have the new moon, we look at this is the time for us to set our intentions for the new year. And then as we are moving into the full moon cycle, we can look 2 weeks later and say, how is this, how are we moving through this moon cycle? Are we manifesting? Are we allowing? Are things coming, around? Are they happening the way we want them to? So that hi, Lisa, are they things happening the way we want them to, so that we can make those adjustments in 2 weeks, and then by the end of that moon cycle have a better assessment of what we have manifested. Have we created and manifested what we intended in this moon cycle? So I think self-reflection becomes a big part of it, and I don't think that we spend enough time really getting into that time of self-reflection. And I think also that we don't spend enough time sitting down to really ask ourselves, what is it that we want, and what is it that we truly want to create in the next moon cycle, in the next 30 days. And I got to tell you that this is so the time of the year for allowing the universe to create for you. So my husband and I, we do the ritual of the cups. We do it every month. And a lot of times, I try to be very honest. So a lot of times we forget on the first of the month, and it'd be like the 8th or the 10th of the month. And I'm like, you know what? We never did cups this month. We need to I'll look around and I'll say, what is it that we're struggling with this month? Why are we struggling? This doesn't seem right. We shouldn't be struggling. And I realize that we have not done our cups ritual for this month. So we literally sat down. And we sat down and we did our cups ritual, and we visualized the things that we want to manifest in the month, and we discussed them as a couple. What is it that we want? So he can do his with his business, and I can do mine with my business. But this is what we do together as we're manifesting as a married couple. And it was just so amazing because literally that night, all kinds of things started dropping out of the universe. And I just think it's such a gift when we can remember, tangibly remember that we have the power to create these things if we will just sit down and decide what we want to create, ask the universe to help us, and then get the heck out of the way, but also get into motion. Okay, you can't just get the heck out of the way and expect that it's going to magically appear in your lap and do nothing. Okay, so sitting down to really think about what is it that I want to create as I'm in this next moon cycle. And I know we've just passed the full moon, so this is the time to talk about it, because wherever you had set your intention for the moon cycle for February is awesome. It's awesome, and I hope it is manifesting exactly how you wanted it to. But it's time to start percolating in your mind, if these things come into fruition exactly how I asked them to be for February's moon cycle, where do I want to start the moon cycle for March? What is the next moon cycle going to look like? What am I going to manifest and create and welcome into my life next? And so as you're thinking about it, please don't wake up on the morning of the new moon and go, what should I manifest? You need to be thinking about it now. What is it that I want to be creating as I'm moving forward? So we are accepting and welcoming and assuming that this is done. This that we have created, this that we're doing right now, this is done. Like, we've accepted it. We've asked the universe to help. It's coming. We don't have to worry about it. This is what's going on right now. So what's going to be the next step? So as we're creating into that next step, what is it that I want to create next? So one of the things that I'm working on is a writing project. So I'm looking at, okay, what do I want that to look like in its completion? And what are the first steps that I need to take, the first two or three steps that I need to take to create that into a reality, to start moving in that direction? What do I want that to look like at the end in its full manifestation? And then I'm going to ask the universe to help me with that. And I'm going to say thank you, always coming from that place of gratitude. Thank you to the universe for helping me to create this. I will probably do some cups rituals around it. And then I release it to the universe, and I get into action. And I start taking action on those first few steps that I noted that I want to have happen, the steps I need to take to create this project, to bring it to fruition. And I know a couple of things are going to happen. First of all, I know there's going to be a roadblock. Okay? Knowing the roadblock in advance helps you be prepared for it and not be so sidelined by it. Second, I know that it's not going to come out looking exactly how I've got it pictured in my mind. And third of all, that's okay, because it's probably going to be better. Okay, that's okay. It's probably going to be better. And I think sometimes we get so tied up into it has to look like what I think it's going to look like, or what I want it to look like, or what I dreamt it was going to look like. And if it doesn't look like that, it must be wrong. And I beg you to let go of that, because it's never going to look exactly like what you envisioned in your mind. It's going to be close. There's going to be something different, because there's odds and ends that we can't see, but the powers in the universe can, and our guides can, and they're going to make it come together in so much of a better way. And I just have to trust that that is going to happen. And so we did this just the other day to kind of change the energy around some things that were going on here. And then in doing that, we did the cups ritual. And from that point, we were able to say, this is what we want. This is what we are wanting to manifest in this next cycle. And we thanked the universe. We poured the water in the cups, and we released it, and knowing it was going to be better than what we even could have imagined. And honestly, things just happened so fast that it created the situation where my husband and I could actually build our work our businesses together with his healing and my psychic mediumship, and we were able to do the very next opportunity that came in the door was something that the two of us could work together, and it was just so beautiful to create that, and so beautiful to welcome that in and to allow that to be part of our growth, because we always said that we would work together. At some point we would be where we could work together and feed off of each other, and we've already been referring each other clients, but to be able to have that first opportunity for us to work together was just such a joy. So truly, I think one of the things I want to leave you with is what is it that you want to manifest? Because I think so many times we just don't sit down and allow our hearts to dream, because that little voice inside that's like, oh, well, I can't make that happen. I don't even know how to make that happen. That'll never happen. Why would I even bother dreaming about it? It's just not going to happen. And we talk ourselves out of it before we even allowed ourselves to enjoy the moment of having it, of like even imagining it. And so one thing I would just encourage you is to spend some time over this next few days. The weekend is coming up. It's a beautiful weekend. Hopefully it's going to be beautiful where you are. But to give yourself the opportunity to just tell that other voice in your head to just shut up. I know some people say these like really lovely things, like in my Mary Kay world, Mary Kay always used to say, cancel, cancel. And I'm like, you know what? My voice inside my head needs a firmer grip, and sometimes it is shut the hell up. And so if you need that, please don't, because it's not negative self-talk. It is managing the self-talk. And sometimes the self-talk in our head can be so obnoxious. We would never let somebody talk to us like that. So allowing yourself the opportunity to take control of your self-talk, and then more importantly, allowing yourself the opportunity to really let your heart dream of what is it that you would create. What does your heart truly, truly desire to create in your world that would make your heart so happy? And then allow yourself to feel into that energy and to just enjoy that moment, and then to write down a few steps of, okay, if I'm going to do this, because it is so okay for you not to understand how to get from A to Z. So okay, because none of us do. I was like, well, I want to do this writing project, so the first thing I'm going to have to do is get my writing organized. I could do that. Then what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So give yourself 2 or 3 things that you can take as first steps, and then ask the universe to help you. Ask the universe to guide you. Trust that the universe will. Trust that the universe will, but trust that it's not going to look like what you think. So I encourage you to spend some time this weekend, so that as we're coming into, because the new moon is going to be into the first weekend in, I guess the second weekend of March. So the new moon will be I think it's the 8th or 9th. So it's really just about setting up the opportunity, setting up your brain to start thinking about, what is it, if I am going to really welcome these things into my life, what is it that I want to welcome? Because as the moon is moving through the different zodiac signs, this is the time of creation. This is the time of manifestation. This is the time of dream building, This is the time of dream building. So I'm telling you, as I sat down the other day to think about what I wanted to talk about, I closed my eyes and I literally saw these bright neon green little fireworks sparks just went, and it was like tiny little cannons shooting off these little bright green little fireworks. And I don't know what it looks like on your phone, but when I do a Facebook Live on my phone, and it shows me who comes on the video in this bright green box, and it's literally, that was the color that I saw. And so I knew that that was what I was supposed to share with you, is that the divine spark of the idea, it's in you, and it is so okay for you to embrace it and to run with it. And when that little voice in your head says, "Meh, meh, 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 meh," tell that bitch to shut up. Okay, and I don't mean to be like that, but sometimes you have to be like that, because this is truly, astrologically, such a beautiful time of creation. and manifestation. And so we've been talking for months about letting go, cutting cords, letting, severing ties, and moving forward and releasing all that shit. And so now I'm telling you, this is the time to come into that creation and manifestation and allowing yourself to dream. Because truly, I think that is one of the biggest places where we hold ourselves back, is we don't allow ourselves the time in the meditation and just the breath work to dream, to let ourselves, and I'm not talking about like dream, I'm talking about the dream in your heart. Like, I want to create in my life, what is my dream? Because from there we can move into action to creating it. Now, I would love to hear what your dreams are. I would love to see in the comments below if you want to share, if you're feeling brave, if you want to share what your dreams are, what you're wanting to create in your life. And if there's a way that I can help you, please know that I am so honored to be here and to be part of your community. To be able to connect with you energetically and be able to look into your world and be able to feel for you, and offer any kind of guidance that I can to help you create the life of your dreams. My dogs think this is a wonderful idea. Actually, my dog is chasing his kitten out in the yard. But it is truly my honor to be part of your energy and to be connected to you. And if I am able to help, I would be so honored to connect with your energy one-on-one and be able to help give you some guidance as you're going forward to help create your dreams, because this is such the time of dreams. I wish you the most wonderful, healthy, happy, light-filled weekend. Enjoy the last week of February. I can't believe we're getting to the end of February already. And I look forward to hearing reading your comments below. Have a great weekend. I love you.